Most of you know we started the year in normal fashion, but we were all shocked to the core. The 10th of January 2024, when policemen decided not to be at work in our city over pay-related matters, and certain parts of our city faced arsonists and faced destruction, looting, what is now labeled as Black Wednesday. That was sort of a start of our 2024. We went right through volumes of politics that took place right after the 10th of January Black Wednesday event. We had some resignation of some members of parliament from the government, about 5 of them. We went to the opposite, and that started a year of heavy politics that was played out. But I want to inform our country, express that by our constitutional rights, members of parliament have it within their rights to exercise the Section 50 rights, Section 46, 47 right, Section 45 rights as members of parliament. It's entirely within their rights to be moving camps, so to speak. Politics ran from February all the way even to our November sitting, when we had a motion filed that was seen not to have met the standards of the Private Members Committee standards, and the Private Members Committee, using provisions of Section 165 of our standing orders, they said that the VONC will not be entertained. But it depicted an entire year of running and living through with politics. Our country is better known for those political years. If you care to read in our history, the first 27 years of our nation's life, we had formed government 12 times. From 1975, independence, 1977, first elections, 1980, first vote of no confidence, 1982, second elections, 1985, second vote of no confidence, 1987, third elections, 1988, third VONC, talking about those that have been successful, not those attempts that were unsuccessful. 1992 elections, 1995, government changed to snapped resignation, re-election by prize winking. In case those of you do not know history, I'm just putting it so that you can play it out for our people to understand what has transpired. The first 27 years of our nation's life, from 1975 to 2002, we had changed governments midterm in between, every term up to 2002. And interestingly, the economy was the smallest. There's only 12 billion net worth in the economy in the 27-year period. So politics has an associated cost to the economy, cost to development. First 27 years, we had that sort of vote of no confidence contest. The only stable period we were sailed through relatively stable was Somalia's 9 years, courtesy of the Organic Law Political Party and candidate that Marape passed in 2001. So this year we had that similar sort of level of politics. From February to November, there were heavy politics, but by God's grace, we've now coming to face January 1st, 2025. We also had, apart from political contest, we've had a fair share of natural disaster, disasters that took place. All of you know the heavy rains that some parts of our country experienced. I visited Western Province, I did visit Enga, I did visit Marape and Sipik and Kundiawa and Gumini and Chimbu Province. Those were provinces that experienced rain-induced disasters, whether it was flood or landslide, road blockages. We also experienced the Maramuni landslide that covered an entire village. So we had natural disasters also this year. We also, of course, apart from January 10th event, we had social disorders, disasters, whatever you may want to call them, crime activities also occurred in between. those lawless activities, roadblocks, killings, etc., were part of us right from 2024. Of course, and I want to say, pass my sympathies and condolences to those who experienced loss as a result of lawlessness, including the family of the policeman that was killed outside of Tari. As I speak today, the community, led by Governor and the Tari Town Mayor and all the local communities, the district and provincial peace mediation people are working to bring the guy who actually pulled the trigger to police today, and I hope it's happening today. I speak to people in Tari. You will not see my face in Tari until this guy is brought into the hands of police. Words have gone out, the committee is working. I hope that later today the culprit is brought in, on top of the 3 others who are now in the hands of police. From what I received, the person wants to surrender, but he's also fearful of his life. We're making sure that if he comes to the police today, he's brought straight, he's admitted they pulled the trigger due to certain illegal activities that was transacting between police who lost his life and himself. And we hope that is proven in court, in a competent court, that he gets the full brunt of the killing of a policeman. No amount of prison gives another person the right to kill someone else, and especially officer of law. So, those problems are taking place right through the year. We also saw the plane that crashed in Marape, in the mountains of Philistine ranges. I want to convey my sympathies to the relatives of the pilot and 4 passengers who lost their lives. The extraction of the bodies going on, the bad weather stopped our defense personnel and police from doing a successful extraction. I want to inform everyone that hopefully today the body of the pilot has been taken out. Hopefully today able to open up crashed plane, some indication of some bent areas, opening up. As of last night, by the way, I was informed that 4 bodies were separated and placed, and if the weather holds up today, then the 4 bodies will be uplifted into lay. And so those has been our year in passing as far as the bad news are concerned, but I want to say not all is bad, or was bad this year, despite the negatives that sometimes seems to run ahead into our headlines. Not all was bad this year. We also picked up well. I want to say thank you to all our public servants who worked right throughout the length and breadth of our country, the teachers, the health workers, the policemen, the village court officials, the public services servants in our offices, right up to our chief secretary's office. I want to say thank you for holding up and holding forth in 2024. It has been a challenging year, but our public servants have nonetheless dig deep, and have worked through, despite all the many challenges I mentioned earlier, including politics. They've maintained composure, and they're coming to concluding 2024 in a few hours' time. Some evidence of work that has taken place this year. My team in office will release a full dossier of not just what we've done this year, but the last few years we've been in office. There's a pack here. Later on, my office will have a letter attaching all these statements to all of the media outlets. But just on a headline perspective, as you know, my special interest is to grow economy. And I give you headline numbers. Details are there for all of you to check through and ask later on. But on the headline, for instance, last year, our economy was 110 billion Kina economy. We are concluding this year 122 billion Kina economy at the macro level. So just as one indicator of us going north in an effort to reach a 200 billion Kina economy by 2030, we're still pressing the pedal to grow economy. And evidence of that growth, and I want to pay a special mention, this year would be fourth successive year in us posting above 4% growth in the non-mining and petroleum sector. The agriculture sector, and the other service sectors, the fisheries, forestry sector continues to see growth in the entire 49 years we've been independent. This is the first 4 years in a row we've posted about 4% growth in the non-resource sector of our economy, non-mining and petroleum sector of our economy. This is also contributed to the growth we see in the economy. To confirm, despite and amidst the lawlessness that continues to exist along the road and into Pogra Valley, and we had Pogra mine operating this year and started late last year. I want to thank New Pogra Limited for their patience, their perseverance, despite the obstacles that was not aided when, for instance, two major landslips had one landslip and one landslide along the road into Pogra. It's the only road into Pogra. Government's looking seriously at alternate road access to Pogra. But in the meantime, that one road access had two major occurrences of road that was not possible. Pogra mine operated within those stress from the road and lawlessness up there. I want to say thank you to Pogra mine for continued operation. We're looking forward to a better year next year. I want to commit more police resourcing to our landowners up there in Pogra. I want to, through this press, also indicate that the community benefit sharing agreement should be concluded in the first quarter of next year with the mine people, mine landowners, and those who live in the fringes of the mine, as well as Tenga province, Hela province, and Western province, and West Pacific, who also have interest in the mine through the river discharge area and the power supply. Those will be complete in the first quarter of next year. And I want to inform all of us in Pogra that it's a new Pogra. It is a better benefit sharing agreement in Pogra. A big work that will happen in the first 6 months of next year will be resettlement in terms of social mapping and completely work on resettlement of the people out of the Pogra mine area. And I want to ask those of you who are in the Pogra area, this work will start next year. I ask all of you, a mine that you own in 51%, a mine that landowners in provincial government right away stand to benefit 50% of equity earnings, a mine that will be earning from tax must be supported. I ask other people that give support to Pogra. On Octady, I want to say another good news. We put 20 more years to Octady. Earlier, Octady was going to shut down in 2030. Now, our good news is we've now confirmed that Octady will go on for another 20 years. And I want to inform our landowners in Western Province, again, within the first 6 months of next year, we will have a consultation with Western Province, Western and Octady landowners to work on what it means and secure the support and blessing and have an agreement mine review for the next 20 years of Octady. I want to also that PNG LNG spent over $1 billion, $1 billion, I beg your pardon, and in bringing Angore gas field in line with current PNG LNG production. That was a silent achievement that passed through without many of us knowing. Today, Angore gas fields is linked into the main PNG LNG, and that was a product of $1 billion spending in our country, accessing gas from Angore. Angore is now linked up to PNG LNG. I want to say PNG LNG has produced very well. I thank ExxonMobil, the PNG LNG partner. All in all, last year, PNG LNG paid tax into our country over 3 billion kina worth of tax was paid by PNG LNG into our national coffers. I thank Papua New Guinea, PNG LNG. Another projects, as all of you know, we've signed the PASCA gas agreement, and we've state is gaining over 70% of the total gain from PASCA. That's on top of the PNG energy agreement that we've already signed. ExxonMobil is now, based on a slight delay in Papua Energy, ExxonMobil has informed my office. They're working, the backroom work on PNG energy is ramped up. In the next 2 weeks, I'll be receiving a high delegation from ExxonMobil to give me additional briefs on work that is running. ExxonMobil's global president responsible for upstream is going to come and visit our country. They'll be giving me a roundup on the work they're doing, not just on PNG LNG, but on PNG as they try to mobilize PNG to also run back to back with the Papua LNG. Papua LNG, by the way, is not abandoned. They've given us an indication that late 2025 they may announce final investment decision because of the cost blowout that they received earlier. I want to also indicate to us it's not only about oil and gas and mining. Others, by the way, small mining companies are running very well. The abandoned Tolukama gold mine is now being reworked, and they're now accessing Tolukama for mine reopening. The abandoned Woodluck resources has been reopened. So a lot of activities happening in the mining space. Look at two junior mining. One in Kanetu is running at a high return mine, and we're looking at the other mine in New Island province. The what's that mine again? I keep on not here. Yes. Anyway, Simberi is running. Thank you. Simberi is running. I just want to appreciate Simberi. These are activities that are happening in the mining space. I want to also indicate that we'll very soon be domesticating all the logs in our country. Early next year, the logging minister, forestry minister, will work with those in the forestry sector, consistent with our government's policy, that logs we have harvesting in our country, in the first instance, we funnel into our own log pond for our domestic log processing. Forestry has now finalized a state marketing agency option. Forestry will deliver this as part of the deliverables for our 50th anniversary. Our fish domestication policy is being finalized. This is a work that has been happening in these two key sectors. And again, early next year, our forestry and fisheries minister will indicate to us our fisheries and forest resources that we want to put into manufacturing and processing in our own country. At the very earliest, the policies has matured to a stage where we're now ready for implementation. I want to also indicate good news in the education sector. You all have seen our ramp up of STEM students going overseas. Those who selected on STEM going overseas. Good news has come from our overseas students, especially those who in the American universities. The first batch that we sent, even the second batch, they sent their examinations, the entry examinations, what we call it, the qualifying test exams. All of them passed. It confirms one thing, that our STEM curriculum we are doing in our country is globally compatible, and they all went straight into first year. I want to confirm that our STEM program with the Education Department will still carry on and will expand in a big way, partnering not just our School of Excellence, but also all secondary schools in our country. Our fourth student, the flexible open distance education, has now enrollment over 100,000 of our young Papua New Guineans, those who have left school along the way. They have now come back and are participating in these free options that we've opened for our students who've left grade 8, grade 10, grade 12, and in our societies. Doing nothing, they're now back into second chance learning. I want to also indicate the 166 structure in the education system is now fully developed. We working towards addressing this post-2025. 1 year of early childhood, 6 years of primary school, 6 years of secondary school. This has been tidied, and English as the language of instruction has been restored to our school systems. In higher education, guess what? We now have over 19,000 spaces we've created. When we took office in 2019, we had only 11,000 spaces in our higher education throughout our country. And including those spaces overseas we've created, we now have over 19,000 higher education student enrollment in our country. They're benefiting from TESAs, hackers, and our higher education loan program has now benefited over 35,000 students in our country. I want to indicate that that is going from strength to strength. I want to also indicate on the health sector. This year we opened something that warmed my heart, was the reopening of the cancer facility at Angau to assist all our cancer patients. It was left dormant for more than 6-7 years. We've worked on it and through both legislative amendments as well as resourcing, and I want to say Angau Cancer Facility is now opened. I want to also indicate that our heart facility, I beg your pardon, at POMGEN is state of art. It's been supported, it's been worked upon. Our cancer hospital in Port Moresby is being developed. We are looking forward to 2025, September 16. We should announce to our country that no more export of Papua New Guinea patients overseas. Heart, especially heart cancer and kidneys have been major cause of Papua New Guinea going overseas. We're almost there. By 2025, I should be able to announce, September 6 in 2025, I should be able to announce that the heart and cancer facility in Port Moresby has been completed. I want to also indicate 22 PHAs has been given more support since 2021. On average, PIP funding support we've given to all of them has exceeded 50 million kina. Part of this is meant for them. PHAs are autonomous. They don't directly every day report to the provincial government structure. They work with the provincial government. They report to the health minister. And so I ask all the chairmen of PHAs and all CEOs of PHAs nationwide, report on the funds you've received, as well as the plan for your hospital expenses. We want to have 22 regional and provincial hospitals in our country. I am dependent on the PHAs to submit to the health department on their plans, and we've given to them adequate support in my view, especially for new PIP infrastructures. And the 22 hospitals are functioning. I need support from the PHA chairmen and CEOs. We work, Goroka, Angau Hospital now have world-class building facilities. We just have to resource and staff them. Angau Hospital in the new year will open. Our government has spent over 300 million kina in supporting Angau Hospital, and it is almost there, ready to be opened. That leaves us with 18 PHAs to really make substantial intervention in as far as the provincial and federal hospitals are concerned. So I call upon the 18 provinces to submit their plan, work with health department so that national government can assist in funding. It has been our intention that health services must be within 1 hour reach from our people, so we want to make it a possibility. In the law and order space, I want to indicate to all of you that this year our coalition government decided that law and order becomes our #1 priority. And so it has received greater support. I want to indicate to all of you, while sometimes I am discouraged, like all of us, that the police is not responding too quick, too fast, or efficiently, but nonetheless, within the capacity constraint police has been working very hard. This year we passed the Anti-Terrorism Act into passage. Speaker has gazetted that empowers police. Over 200 special policemen and women trained, as a domestic anti-terrorism unit. We will be out there deployed in hotspots, and starting with the hotspots we know of, including the Upper Highlands. These policemen are being trained and ready and prepared. We'll be looking at additional changes to make the police going forward in the new year if need be. Police is expected to rise in engagement. I want to also inform that this year we've also amended the constitution, and we've now created a three-tier higher court system. National Court, and then Appeals Court, a higher or Supreme Court. There will be three separate higher courts operating separately to administer justice in our country. Below them, we are resourcing the national services better, and we also empowering our village courts. For the first time, our village courts now are getting regular pay through Waigani, I want to say. These are interventions we make in not just police, but the full spectrum of the law and justice sector, so that in time of beyond 2025, court is working, police is working, correctional services is working, and we have a better holistic approach to law and order being worked upon now to make the law and justice sector work. I want to also indicate the infrastructure sector still keeps on receiving our support. Connect PNG is running. It's the race to link all parts of our country. Some complain that Connect PNG is not a good program. I want to say the intention is good. It is reaching parts of our country not reached before. Today you run from Lane to Hagen. It takes you lesser time than what it used to take before. The Hon government gave the first contract. The Marape government gave the second contract to overlay to make sure it's tidied. Marape government gave a third contract for bridges. Right from Lay all the way to Hagen, we'll have a two-lane bridge running. The Highlands Highway is the #1 economic road, so we get it really into a top world-class highway at the very earliest. I want to say that Hiritano Highway has been worked upon. A full length of contract has been issued. Magi Highway, there will be a next phase of contract overlay. Medang Road is a road that we worked on in patches, but a full scale of work will be running. The road running from East Manus to West Manus, it is not there yet, but contract has been issued there. They've now gone past about 15 kilometers outside of Loringa town. We also have roads contracting down on Kimbe to Kokopo, and of course, I was in Bougainville early this week, late last week. I saw the road myself. I was not happy that we have been slow on this one. I've come back asking the Works Department to make sure that from Kokopo to Bui, the roads given greater support. So, the road is running in major highways that we have in our country to anchor as we link up the missing links. Talk about missing link. This Christmas was the first time ever I drove from Kinga, Tabubil, and into Talafomin. Who would have thought Talafomin would have been connected just 3 or 4 years ago? Today, Talafomin people, they saw different types of car they've never seen in their lives, both for the first time drove into Talafomin. This is to give hope and inspiration to every one of you in the remotest part of our country, missing link areas. You in Karami, in Simbai, you in Golala, Wake Up and Kapini, you in Bundi, Bosavi. There's a small place, and I call it the name. People in there's a place called Aguan, in the mountains of Illinois. I don't know whether you all know this place. My friends in Aguan, wherever you are, you all noted in our government registry, just that we have to find the money kilometer by kilometer, kina by kina. It is our intention to reach all parts of our country with roads, with jetties, with barges, and with airports or airstrips. And I want to say thank you to ADB, to Australia government, to Japanese government, Chinese government, who have stood, and India government, by the way, who have stood with us. They are partnering us in the different programs that are being run. I just want to say that Our infrastructure focus is holistic. It's just not for 1 or 2 years. It's a program that not just my government, but if governments after me to feature, they keep on running for the next 10, 15 years. Then by the time we arrive at a milestone year, maybe 20 years from today, in the 70th year of our nation's independence, we could have all parts of our country linked with key enabling infrastructures, roads, ports, jetties, and airports and airstrips, as well as power line and internet connectivity. Talk about internet connectivity, we almost there 100%. We're working to make sure all parts of our country have access to fiber, internet. Next year, we're working with telecom. There's a court case that Ombudsman has run against Starlink coming in. We're working with telecom to see if we could bring in Starlink as a partner of telecom. In February next year, Starlink at the highest, second highest, has made contact that they might be visiting our country in February next year. So the enabling infrastructures are being worked upon as we speak. It will not happen overnight. Only God makes miracles. I want to give assurance to the people. The intention is there. Work is happening. Kantipa, for instance, I flew in 2020 unannounced. They told me we need road. Today, as I speak, in this facing 2025. It's not a massive highway there, but excavation machine has gone into Kantipa for the first time in the nation's history. So the enabling infrastructure is also worked upon. I want to talk about sports in conclusion. This year has been a year where success on the field and off the field also has taken place. Congratulations to our Aussie rule players who have come back to our country participating in the international competition. They are international champions now. Mosquitoes, I want to say thank you to Aussie rule for always lifting our flag. You sometimes work behind the limelight and you do your part, and I want to commend Aussie rules. I want to commend our soccer team. I think our boys returned back with the PM's Melanesian Cup, despite a second tier competition, but nonetheless a win and a cup is a cup. I commend our soccer players. I want to commend our rugby league competitions that continues to show the way in professional sport administration. I ask every other sport, finish your report in how you're doing to our sports federation, and we will, as government, assist you for next year. Next year we want sport to play a prominent role in mobilizing our youth in our country, in all the sports, and not just rugby league. And for rugby league, of course, all of you have had the announcement of our team in NRL in 2028. Our team will run it for first game 2028 onwards. In between now and 2028, we'll work the systems, work the junior competitions, and work the infrastructure, including a safer Port Moresby, a better Port Moresby. I want to appeal to all our people. NRL team will be a stimulus, or a stimulant rather. A stimulant rather with all the stimulus packages that we will put inside to ensure we use that to transform Port Moresby, use that to feed the visiting spectators into our Motuan villages, our Koitamu villages, our Quarry villages, and into other parts of our country if they want to see our country. It will not just, it's not just a sport, but there is a heavy economic gain associated with having an international, participating in international top-class competition as it is in National Rugby League. So it is a good story to NPC also with the female NRL being confirmed. And early next year we will start the process towards making sure the next 3 years we are game ready in the first game in 2028. So I think the announcement of a team in NRL should be something that we should be celebrating. And we run behind a team called One Team, One Nation, One Country, One People. That will be the team song, that will be the team spirit, and that should be our country spirit. And I want to say on this, as we go into next year for our 50th anniversary, there will be a busy year right through September 16th and right through this time next year, September 31st. December 31st, 2025. 50th anniversary of a nation don't come around every now and then. It comes, it's a one-in-a-lifetime occasion for the generation that sees it. Whether you're a child today or you're a middle-aged person like myself, or if you're a senior person, we are privileged to be living in 2025. And I want to say that as it was in the past, 2025, or 2024 rather, has seen its fair share of ups and downs. And I want to galvanize the entire country from wherever you are. Our people from the autonomous region of Bougainville to the westernmost part of our country, wherever you are, I want to ask you, think not on what the country can do for you, but ask and think about what you can do for the country. It is important. It is an important question. How can I contribute to the betterment of my country? Unless you have another country. Unless you have another country, ask yourself. If you have another country, well, you can give second thought about this question. But if you have only one country, and that country is called Papua New Guinea, like me, then let's all, 2025, not think about what the country can give to you. The country is giving you the highest ever support in our nation's history in 2024, and next year we'll be even giving you more. Free education, higher education loan program, the tertiary universities educational support. We've now removing tax by 1st of July next year from 13 important household items, the rice, tin fish, soap, cooking oil, noodles, sanitary pack for mothers. All these things will be removed. That's the help country is giving to citizens. For first-time home buyers, you're under 700,000, you will not be paying stamp duty. Guess what? Next year we'll go one step further. We can even remove a GST from those who are buying home for the first time. That will come on the 2026 budget. This is the sort of help that country wants to give to you. And ask yourself, what are you giving to your country? I always say this, and you will all get tired of me, but I'll be saying it for the rest of my life. Easiest, the freest help we can give to your country, our countries, respecting common law that holds all of us together. Respecting each other. Respect the rule of law is the easiest. I speak in the face of a New Year, roll over into next year. You drink beer, drink with its civility and order. On white money, I'm making beer or drinking beer good. You know, like drinking beer or sparkling, white. You drink beer, drink good, or passing the drink. Respecting mama, respecting Mary, respecting family. Establish society, we look at each other. That's the best contribution we help and give to our country next year. We're not expecting police to come down hard on you. We've now empowered police to come down hard on those who willingly and willfully continue to break the law. That's something that I don't want to do, but you may be forcing government's hand to do it. For the rest, we want to live peacefully. But I want to ask all of you, if you do not know where your contribution to your country is, respect the rule of law, respect order in the country. Second, ask of you, and I'll never get tired of saying this, Somali generation never alienated land from our people. Amongst democracy as gift to our country, amongst free market economy as gift to our country, I believe the greatest gift the Somali generation has given to our country is non-alienation of land from it. Not too many countries on planet Earth, people have land like we have land. All of us have land. It's just pure laziness that we're not finding progress. The Connect PNG program I'm running is to make your products come to market or market come to. I just want to ask our people, Port Moresby, there is no place for you. That Port Moresby, leave Port Moresby, next year go back to your respective homes. I will start by getting all my unemployed and not those studies who are not in education institutions in Port Moresby next year. I will find them all and get them all back. Bible, for those who read Bible, you read Leviticus chapter 25. It talks about the 50th anniversary is people going back to their land. People going back and claim the land rights. You don't have to just go back and claim a land that is oil and gas. Go back to claim the land for agriculture, for tourism, for forestry, for fisheries. And together we can do it. And I just want to say thank you to all our people for your continued faith for our country and your work. I look forward to a successful rollover into 2025 tonight. I want to ask all of us, 50th anniversary is an important year for us. We are privileged to be alive to witness our country's 50th. Early next year, we will launch a 20-year roadmap for PNG from 2025 to 2045. When our country celebrates 70 years, we want the country to be a country that is prosperous for all our children to enjoy it. But in between now and that 70-year period, our generation has that work to do. I ask you all to refocus, unite, put country first next year, and together you and me can contribute to making our country truly a better country. Thank you, Thomas.